What did we just buy?
An RV.
How big?
35 feet. 8,500 pounds?
Awesome. Step one of the barn build. We just picked this up. We are somewhere in New Hampshire. There she is. Both of us, a dog and 2 cats living in that for at least 6 months. Should be fun.
Oh no. Cabinet cats? Hi, I'm Eric.
And I'm Arden.
Welcome to Maine Roots. We're building our dream home from the ground up right here in Maine, and we're bringing you along for every step.
So today I'm going to update you on where we're at with our RV. This will definitely only be part 1. We still have quite a bit of work to do. Once the foundations are in, that's where we're going to take over. This RV will be our home away from home, probably starting in August. Our goal is to be moved into the ADU attached to the garage barn by Christmas time this year. It's a 2007 Keystone Sprinter. We paid $7,000 for it. We bought it on Facebook Marketplace. The previous seller was originally asking $10,000. We have definitely learned a lot in the short time we've owned it. We're gonna try to share all of that with you guys so that maybe some of the mistakes and things that we missed when we bought this, you guys can avoid in the future. We bought this used. I was very excited. This was really step 1 of the barn build. We bought it May 1st and then we closed May 30th. It was about a month before closing. Very exciting, as you can tell from the video of us in the truck. We bought it without doing probably as much of an inspection as we should. There definitely is some water damage. We noticed a little bit at the inspection. It was more expensive than we realized initially, but Eric is very good at fixing things. The stuff we found is not ideal, but we can fix it. We are fixing it. And so this is just going to be a little tour of the RV. We wanted a big space, or as big of a space as we could tow with our truck. So we went with the 2007 35-foot Keystone Sprinter. When you walk in the front door, you come into this open space. Walking over here, this is the bedroom. So this is where we will sleep. The queen-size bed goes right here. Here is the living room, the little tiny bathroom. This is definitely still a work in progress. It's only half painted, but there's actually a full tub, which is surprising. Then there's the toilet Eric's been working on fixing. There's a little vent. And then for any tall people, Eric and I are not among the tall people, there's actually this little like dome so that you can fit to take a shower. This is where the table legs go. And so there's a little dining table that sits in this little booth. It used to have these hideous upholstered cushions. I plan to get new ones on Amazon, so we're going to try to modernize the look a little bit in here. And the other thing that's cool about this space is the table can be moved down to sit on these little ledges, and then you have a whole nother sleeping spot. It's very efficiently laid out. It's great for what we need it for. Next is the kitchen. It's small, not humongous, but we've got our little sink here. There's a little hold up for some extra counter space. We've got limited cabinets. We don't cook as much as some other people. I think we'll be able to get through with the glamping style kitchen. We're not changing the cabinets. We're gonna leave the counters the way they are. I'm planning to get some probably stick on subway tile backsplash to spruce it up a little bit. It's not a big space. We want it to be as bright as we can. Here is the fridge. It's not huge, just a little guy. We got our freezer up top, but should be plenty of space for what we need. Walking into our second bedroom, or really for us this is going to serve as an office. There used to be a bunk up here and then one down below. We've taken that out. We're planning, once we're done painting, to take the upper bunk, move it down to desk level, and then we'll each have a spot on either side there. This will also be our overflow closet space, so we're both going to get a cabinet in here. I'm supposed to say action.
Action.
In the back bunk room, we are going to have a little door down at the bottom under that little desk nook spot. It'll come out right here. Since we're going to be living in this RV with 2 cats, there's not a lot of places to put a litter box. We'll have a little cap door here, and the litter boxes will go in here. I'm going to get a screen door so that we can leave this open so the smell of the litter boxes will stay outside, and it'll also keep Benny from eating any litter box snacks. This is the front storage pass-through locker. You'll see this is that little laundry chute. We'll put our laundry baskets and everything right here, and then we just drop our laundry from up there. While we're living in the RV, we're gonna just drop our laundry off at a wash, dry, fold service that's in the town we're moving to.
A little bit about the systems inside the RV. First off, we had the AC intakes through here and then blows out through the vents. The furnace is actually under the fridge here, propane powered, and that blows up from the bottom. Heat rises, cold falls. That is our heating and cooling. These switches here, this will turn on your water pump, water heater right there. I'm not gonna do that now because we're not plugged in. Then gives you your battery level, which is low right now. I need to plug that in. Fresh water level, black water level, gray water level, galley, which is your kitchen water level. It has a separate holding tank for that. Fridge, it's dual fuel, so this can run on electric or gas. Man, I shouldn't open that, it smells. The electrical panel, it's right here. You got your 120 volt breakers. This is your main breaker, 30 amp for the entire RV, and the rest are for different items. Your 12 volt fuses for the battery. The AC unit right here, which we tested and works well. Also have vents for each of the rooms. So there's one there, and then two more back there. And here, this was an old internet connection, I believe, or satellite internet. I think this is radio here. No RV expert, but this should be the vent for the kitchen fan right there. And this is the skylight for the shower.
This is the switch for the slides. That brings the whole unit in, and then you can go back out. And it's hydraulic pressure, so it actually brings out the slide here in the main living space at the same time as the second slide that's in the back bunk room.
One of the first projects on this thing was repairing the water damage on this front sill. This whole sill was basically water damaged. You could really tell by shaking any of these. Previously they were really loose because there was rotten wood behind there. I took out the sheet metal here all the way down the entire front, ripped out the rotten wood, re-insulated the pipes in there, put some fresh PT, pressure treated lumber all the way down, lag screwed up through into the frame, so everything's locked together nice and solid now, and then resealed that all as it was done. This bathroom floor was redone, which is a mess right now, but took this out and put a new lumber in here, insulated the pipes again, glued it down, screwed it down. Now we have a really solid bathroom floor. I also polyed this after staining it to match the cabinets, so we're pretty darn close on that match. This metal bracket was actually bent out before. I ended up putting a C-clamp on this to bend it back. This was like super squishy before when you'd step on it. The mechanical things to make it super solid so that we don't have anything to worry about when we are living in this for 4 months. Right over here was deteriorating on the ceiling a little bit. We resealed it with the RV self-leveling sealant, so that leveled out, and now we got a nice good seal. On this edge, we used RV vertical sealant, which won't self-level, and that way it won't run down the side as we do it. We made sure to go around and get all the roof seams and anything like that to make sure we don't have any leaks while we're living in this thing.
Well, Eric has been making all the actual important improvements to the RV to make it livable. I have just been delusionally painting everything white. Meanwhile, he's been like taking apart rotten walls and like redoing all the plumbing. The walls used to be gray. Step one was to thoroughly prime everything. I did 2 coats of primer, like exterior grade primer everywhere to make sure it was super sticky. We just used the same color we have in our house. It's the blank canvas. It pretty much just looks like white, but it's a little warmer. I have just gone through and painted all the walls. There's still a little bit left to do. The plan is to finish painting everything white. We're gonna leave the wood the way it is, and then just gonna put up some simple curtains and get some new cushions for the booth. Generally speaking, we're trying to just make it look a little more modern, a little bit less 2000s. Yeah. This is one of the spots that we did find significant water damage. We did not notice how soft this wall was when we bought the RV because the couch used to be right here. Once we took the couch out, we immediately realized that this wall was really soft and really damp. We took the backing board off, all the insulation out, and the wood literally just crumbled away when Eric pulled it out. It was literally just like rotten wood. Now that everything's really dried out, Eric put back the PT blocking, and so we're going to be able to put a piece of shiplap right here and that will serve as our little accent wall in this room, and then we're gonna get a couch to fit in this space. You can also see the second slide out where we did find a considerable amount of water damage. The wall, we noticed after we got it home, of course, was super soft. And so we ended up just taking everything out. We've taken our time letting it dry out. We have some shiplap we're gonna put on this wall as well as the one in the living room. Hopefully it'll look intentional and we'll have a little bit of customized personalization. Eric has really done a very thorough job sealing the exterior, and now that we're putting those back, it won't be an issue in the future, which is great. Giving the cats their very first tour. The cats seem to approve. They've already settled in. Miss Rue and Mr. Dre.
I think the toilet is all set. The only thing we're watching now to make sure is the water level doesn't drop in the toilet here, to make sure the seal on the inside is good. I'm not positive. It may be dripping down slowly, so we may need to replace the seal on the inside here, but we'll wait and see. We're gonna leave the water level there and see what happens. Did we lose water? We did. Darn it. So that means we're gonna have to replace the seal right in here because we're losing water, so then we're gonna get sewer gas up through there if we don't have water sitting in the bowl. And look at that. We have cats in the cabinet.
Cabinet cats.
Cabinet cats.
They're just doing the peanut gallery.
Yeah, is that gonna be their home? Oh.
Oh, you're squishing him. Oh no.
Oh no. Cabinet cats?
Oh.
Oh!
Whoa, lost the cabinet cats.
Yep, so more things to fix.